Africa, often referred to as the continent of opportunities, is experiencing a significant economic transformation driven by several key sectors. Over recent years, the continent has demonstrated remarkable resilience and growth potential, positioning itself as an emerging global economic player. This transformation is underpinned by rapid demographic changes, technological advancements, urbanization, and increased investment. The primary sectors fueling this economic shift include agriculture, mining and minerals, manufacturing, services, notably telecommunications and financial services, and renewable energy. One, agriculture, the backbone of Africa's economy. Agriculture remains the primary livelihood for over 60% of Africa's population and accounts for roughly 15 to 20% of the continent's GDP. Despite its importance, productivity in African agriculture is relatively low due to factors such as outdated farming techniques, limited access to finance, and inadequate infrastructure. Transformational role. Modernization efforts, including the adoption of improved seeds, mechanization, and irrigation, are increasing yields and food security. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, launched in 2021, aims to foster intra-African trade by removing barriers, enabling farmers and agribusinesses to access larger markets. Countries like Ethiopia, Nigeria, and Kenya are becoming regional hubs for agricultural exports such as coffee, cocoa, and flowers. Facts. The agricultural sector is projected to grow at an annual rate of about 3 to 4%. African Development Bank. Investment in agribusiness is increasing, with private sector involvement expanding in commodity processing and export-oriented farming. 2. Mining and minerals. Resource wealth as an economic catalyst. Africa is richly endowed with mineral resources including gold, platinum, diamonds, cobalt, copper, and rare earth elements vital for high-tech industries. The sector historically contributed significantly to national revenues and export earnings. Transformational role. The continent is the world's largest producer of platinum and diamonds and holds a major share of global cobalt and cobalt reserves. Countries like Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and Zambia are key suppliers of copper and cobalt, vital for electric vehicle batteries and renewable energy technologies. Recent investments aim at value addition, moving from raw mineral exports to processing and manufacturing. Facts. The mining sector contributes approximately 10 to 15% of Africa's GDP, with some countries like Botswana and South Africa heavily reliant on mineral exports. The African Minerals Development Center reports that mineral beneficiation can generate significant employment and industrial growth. 3. Manufacturing and industrialization, moving up the value chain. Manufacturing in Africa is gaining momentum, driven by urbanization, rising consumer markets, and government policies promoting industrialization. Transformational role. Countries such as Ethiopia, Nigeria, and Egypt have made significant strides in textiles, cement, and automotive assembly, e.g., Nigeria's assembly plants for vehicles. The Manufacturing Africa initiative aims to stimulate local production, reduce imports, and create jobs. Special Economic Zones, SEZs, and industrial parks are being established to attract investment and facilitate technology transfer. Facts. Manufacturing's contribution to GDP varies but is generally around 10 to 15% with potential for growth. The African Union's Agenda 2063 emphasizes industrialization as a key pillar for economic self-sufficiency. 4. Services sector, telecommunications, financial services, and tourism telecommunications. Africa has experienced a digital revolution, with mobile phone subscriptions reaching over 1.2 billion as of 2022. Mobile money platforms like M-Pesa in Kenya have revolutionized financial inclusion, enabling millions to access banking services. Financial services. Financial technology, fintech startups are expanding access to credit, insurance, and savings, especially among youth and rural populations. The continent's banking sector is undergoing digital transformation, with increased adoption of mobile banking. Tourism. Africa's rich cultural heritage, wildlife, and landscapes attract millions of visitors annually. Countries like South Africa, Kenya, and Morocco are leading tourism destinations, contributing significantly to GDP and employment. Facts. The services sector accounts for about 50% of Africa's GDP, with digital financial services growing at over 20% annually. The African tourism sector is expected to recover and grow, with some estimates projecting a 5 to 6% annual growth rate post-pandemic. 5. Renewable energy. Powering sustainable growth. Energy access remains a critical challenge but also an opportunity for transformation. Africa is endowed with abundant renewable resources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal energy. Transformational role. Investments in renewable energy. Projects aim to bridge the energy gap. Over 600 million Africans lack access to electricity. Solar power projects like Kenya's Garissa solar plant and South Africa's concentrated solar power initiatives are expanding clean energy capacity. Off-grid solar solutions are providing affordable and sustainable power to rural communities. Facts. The International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, estimates that Africa's renewable energy potential exceeds 1,000 GWh. The continent's renewable energy sector is attracting increasing investment, with commitments exceeding $20 billion in recent years. 6. Infrastructure development and urbanization. While not a sector in isolation, infrastructure development, roads, ports, railways, and urban housing is critical in enabling growth across all sectors. Transformational role. The Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and other international projects are financing infrastructure expansion. Major projects like Ethiopia's Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway and Nigeria's Lekki Deep-Sea Port are boosting trade and logistics. Facts. Rapid urbanization, expected to reach 60% urban population by 2030, drives demand for housing, transportation, and social services. Infrastructure investment needs are estimated at over $170 billion annually to sustain growth. Improved infrastructure correlates with increased trade, productivity, and regional integration. Conclusion. Africa's economic transformation is multifaceted, driven by a combination of traditional sectors like agriculture and mining, alongside emerging industries such as manufacturing, services, and renewable energy. The continent's demographic dividend, youthful population, and technological advancements provide a unique opportunity for sustained growth and development. However, unlocking this potential requires continued investment, good governance, infrastructure development, and regional integration. As Africa leverages its natural resources, human capital, and innovative capacity, it is poised to become a significant player in the global economy in the coming decades. Please subscribe to our channel and like and share our videos.